welcome to another Flicks with the Chicks haul. I didn't actually do my last Flicks with the Chicks haul. That was for when I went and saw The Spy Who Dumped Me, which, by the way, was fantastic. Completely obliterated my expectations. If you haven't seen it, go see it. But with the things that I got in the bag, I was pretty underwhelmed, so I didn't feel like I needed to do a haul, or at least I knew that I should because I do one every single time and that's just the thing that I do, but I didn't feel very motivated. And then I haven't been feeling very motivated to do anything, but so time to dig in and see what I got. Okay, so the Flicks with Chicks bag from when I saw The Spy Who Dumped Me. We went back to the pink bag, which, look, each time I've gotten one of these, my feelings towards the bag kind of solidifying more and more, in the sense that I kind of hate them now. Like, they're really good for reusing. You can take them grocery shopping since certain supermarkets are not using plastic bags anymore, so they are good for that. But they're so small that you couldn't really fit a lot of groceries in unless you took a lot of them. But given the fact that I've got like 4 lying around, that's possible. So yeah, I'm kind of over the bags. I love the fact that they're biodegradable. I just wish they could pick something that's biodegradable and yet doesn't fall apart on you and wasn't also so itchy if it's rubbed up against you. Anyway, if you saw my last Flicks with the Chicks haul, you know I was quite unhappy with everything that I got, just because there were mostly a lot of health food products, and even though I am on a diet right now, which is going surprisingly well, they're not things that I would particularly eat. And then I had a horrible reaction to the lip plump crap, so I didn't enjoy that. But then I got this and there was just so little in here, and what was in here wasn't very impressive, so let's go through those things. One of the first things in the bag is One Night in Mexico Smoky Chipotle seasoning, perfect with chicken, in spice level medium, which also came in the previous bag, so now I've got 2 of these, which is not bad because I do enjoy cooking, so it's good. I also have some chicken breast in the freezer, so if I want to defrost that, at least I have some stuff that I can do with it. So that's not terrible. It's not perfect, but it's not terrible. Next up, now in my second Flicks with the Chicks haul, I actually got one of these. It's L'Oreal Paris's Colorista Washout in Aqua, which is in the pastel shade Aqua. You'll notice there's no container in there because I already put it in my hair, which it does actually kind of show up on camera. I can see that. Here's the thing, I actually put 2 shades in my hair because this one I got in my Flicks with the Chicks bag, but weeks ago my mother actually bought me another one of these, but in the shade blue. I know, aqua blue, what's the difference? The blue one is actually a bit darker. And my grey hairs, which I have a plethora of them, and they do tend, you can see them showing up on camera, it's horrible. I was just over it. I can't afford to go to my hairdresser to get my hair done, so I was just, you know what, I'm gonna do it. So I decided to put it in because I thought at the very least it should cover up all my white hairs, to which there are oh so many. And I know that this says it's specifically for blonde, ombre, or highlighted hair, to which I have neither. But I'm like, white. I have so much white hair. Surely it should stick to it. I don't know why, but for some reason it made all my white hairs even more obvious, because it somehow makes them lighter. So my hair legit looks worse. In this lighting and my camera, I can see that my hair does look green. The reason why it looks green is because I still have highlights left in my hair, and I did put in one of those before, and so obviously because the highlights were just highlights, which means they're a shade of blonde or yellow, so when I put them in, oh, that's a good one, that just basically turned them green instead of blue, which, hey, not too bad. That's what I have had hair that look that shade. So I still, and it says that it comes, all that comes out. Now, it's already telling you, it says flat out, it does not work on brown or dark hair, which is really unfair that you create a product that doesn't work for a very large demographic of people. Like, you know, if you're a blonde, well then you don't have to do much. You get this, you put it in your hair and you're fine. But if you're a brunette, like myself, you'd have to get this and then also get their Colorista Ombre or bleach products to then put in your hair, to then put this over the top of it, which is kind of unfair. Anyway, it says that it comes out in 5 to 10 shampoos. I put the first one in months ago. My highlights have still been green ever since. And then, because I was sick or tired seeing the white, I put it in again. So yeah, my brown hair has gone a darker shade, so it almost looks black. My highlights have gone a bluish green, but in this lighting, it looks noticeable. But if I was to go outside during the day, or if you just put a lamp on my head, it wouldn't matter. It doesn't show up. So that part sucks. But bonus is the fact that thanks to my phone and my overhead light, my hair looked like it got some color in it. So that's cool. Thank you. Either way, I wish I had white hair. You know what? I don't, because apparently it only works with bleached white hair, because if you have natural white hair, you're fucked. So thanks a lot. Next product in this bag is NYX's Jumbo Eye Pencil in shade Strawberry Milk, which I am actually wearing on my eyes right now. All honesty, not a fan. I like that it's not really that easy to apply. I don't think it shows up very well on camera, but in person, this shade is actually really chunky and patchy. It doesn't apply very well, which is a shame, because when I put it on my hand, hang on. If I put it on my hand, I don't know if you can see. Oh, there you go. It looks really nice, it looks metallic, and it applies like butter. But once you try to put that on the eye, it's just a clumpy mess. And although this whole makeup scheme right now looks terrible, the only reason I have all this is because these are products and I was testing them out. So yeah, it looks okay on camera, but in person it actually looks pretty shite. So I think majority of the time I don't have a lot of luck with NYX products. Next up is a $1 off voucher for the Smooshed Wholefood balls, which I got in my last bag. I also got a sample packet of them in this bag, but I gave them to my mother as a snack, so I have this as well. And I, like I said, had the little packet, but she ate them, so what are you gonna do? Once again, we have another freaking packet of Craisins, fried motherfucking cranberries. I am so sick of them. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. I have so many packets of Craisins that I don't think I've thrown out. I could feed a third world country with all the ones that I have here. I should probably donate them. I got a packet of berry Tic Tacs, which you can obviously tell I've been snacking on, because bitch got hungry. I got a Cadbury Boost with nuts bar, which I love Boost, but you know what, out of the two, I actually prefer the regular Boost. I'm not really a fan of the nuts one, simply because Boost is already kind of a really chunky bar. Adding nuts into it just makes it more chunky. I mean, it still tastes nice, but I feel like you'll lose some of the caramel goodness that you get with the original. I got a little packet of Nescafe cappuccino powder. Your mid-morning wake up. No, thank you. So just a sample sachet. You couldn't give it to a wrong person. I have no one to give it to. I don't drink coffee. I don't drink tea. Nobody in my family drinks tea or coffee. So this is just wasted. So if anybody wants a Nescafe cappuccino sachet, hit me up. I also got Tiara Tracy facial toner, which I'm not excited by. For starters, I think the packaging and the design on the packaging actually looks really cheap. I mean, good for them that it says that it's made in Australia, South Yarra to be specific, which is not that far from where I live, because South Yarra is also in Melbourne. I mean, it's really great that Flicks with the Chicks does support home brand products. Not all the time, but some of the time, which I do think is really great. And of course, I was like, oh, I wish I had some facial toner. But here's the problem. I opened it and I sniffed it, and just from one whiff, it smells it smelled like alcohol. It honestly smells like rubbing alcohol. And then, of course, I look into the ingredients. Water, propylene glycol, Hamamillus virginianum, which is witch hazel extract, alcohol denat, disodium EDTA, polysorbate 20, potassium sorbate, fragrance, chloroacetamide, lots of big sounding words, sodium benzoate, but immediately like propylene glycol and the fact that it says alcohol, and I'm just like, I could kind of smell those ingredients. And I personally have very, 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 very dry skin, so I do not want to put any products on my skin that contain any type of alcohol or anything in it that's going to dry out my skin. So as much as I would like to support a homegrown company, I don't like the smell, I don't like the packaging, and I just don't like the ingredients that are in it. They're not something that will agree with my skin, but they may very well agree with somebody else's, just not mine. As you can see, there wasn't really much. There wasn't much to get excited about. It was a bit kind of just meh. So that's it for my Flicks with the Chicks haul. Thank you so much. And until next time, bye.